This is going to be quite small. This is in my sketchbook. I'm nearing the end of the sketchbook now. So I've got this wonderful photo that one of our members shared, and I thought I'd give it a go at doing a loose sketch. So I'm just sort of following the contours there and keeping it loose, almost sort of just breaking it down to shapes. We've done some demos on drawing and painting cows, but not in this pose. But it's all the same if you just break it down. And I'm going to keep it just a loose study. So there's the head. And I'll just make a note where the values change. So it's very cool this side. So yeah, there. Some markings there. Cows are my nemesis. I've always struggled to draw or paint cows. Again, it's very cool over this side. And I can just about see a leg at the back. Markings there. So we'll lose the bottom of the legs in the grass. I suppose that'd be a good idea to make sure the legs line up. That's not too bad. Also getting slightly better. But I've been doing a lot of sketching practice in my sketchbook. Right. Sort out a few of these lines I don't want. That leg needs to be slightly wider. And the face needs to come out there more. I might have made his face slightly wider and a bit meaner, but hey. So I think I'll leave the background. If I decide to develop it into a full demo painting, I can perhaps paint the background then as well. So it's cool over this side. And this is on the Saunders and Waterford hot press paper, so it's the smooth type. So I've learnt painting on this, you just need to let it soak in a bit longer before you do anything else. And we've got some cool on that side, a little bit there maybe. And then warmer colours, so that was just hands of yellow mixed in with whatever else was there. I shall leave a little gap between the blue if I can, because I'll end up with green otherwise. I think we could probably put a wash over this. I think I'm probably going to want to create some wet into wet. Let's paint it into there slightly. If I don't mess about with it too much, we shouldn't get green. So if I start scrubbing the pigments together, they'll mix and some pyrrole orange. The sun is falling nicely on his on the body there. A bit around the eye, a little bit in there. Let's just mop up those puddles, we don't need those anymore. And then some darker brown. And I'm using much thicker paint here because the paper's already damp. I need a hard edge in there, so I'll need to wait for that to dry. Ooh. It's probably dried over this side. So I was thinking I'd probably paint something a little bit looser than this, but maybe on the next attempt. This is a good getting familiar with the scene. It's got to work fairly quick to get these wet into wet areas. Slightly more towards red on the underside there. Red, warmer that side. I'm trying to use these directional lines. So just look at it tonally, and I can see I need to go slightly darker. I'm just going to suggest those curly bits. So a bit of neutral tint. And burnt umber, because it's those darks that will make all this seem light. Dark in there. And that dark falls across there. That ear's still wet, which is good. Darker that eye in. After results, a bit of gouache where I've and a nice soft transition just to give the illusion of it being a round shape. Definitely my cow's a bit stockier. Well fed. So let's just dried paint on the end of that brush, which has now gone like that. So let's just try. Looking on that. Add a bit of water. Needs to go slightly darker. A little bit of coolness there as well. Probably by working on areas again, it's going to naturally probably grey things off a little bit, which would be good because it's a little bit vibrant. Trying to stick to the watercolor method as much as possible, not start painting it like gouache. I've done a lot of gouache paintings in this book, so I do like gouache. But there's a bit of a play of warm and cool colours going on here. I've got to get the right tonal value. Didn't mean to put that much red in there, but it looks all right. Let's do his nose, that might help. We've got pink in the middle, more yellowy pink on this side, and more greyed bluey pink on that side. Dark there. I suppose I'm using these edges here to create softer areas, painting wet into wet, which will hopefully give them a soft edge in there. And he's got a pink nostril on the other side. And I think I still need to go slightly darker. In there. So I think the only way to get that fur would be to probably paint it with gouache, but or to be a little bit more careful and go at it a bit slower and paint around the white areas and so on, but we don't want to be doing that. Taking a few little flicks of gouache here and there, we can probably give that illusion. While that's still damp, scratch out a whisker. Or is it a tuft of grass maybe? Lift a little bit of paint off. So I think just a bit of dry brush for the feet. And again, I'm just picking up a little bit of paint on the brush, taking a lot of it off. And quite possibly that might have been best just left. But wait till we get some white highlights on there, it might be okay. Probably getting a little bit carried away with detail now. But I have tended to go quite detailed in this sketchbook. I have definitely given him stumpy legs, but rather than try to fix it, I just accept it is what it is. He's a stumpy cow. So I think could do with putting some grass down, otherwise he's just floating in the air. I could probably put a glaze of red just down there. Shadow under there. Push those legs back a bit, maybe. Right, let's have a bit of gouache. My stumpy cow. Bit of hands of yellow. Didn't intend to put a load of gouache on here, but why not? And a bit of blue. Looking at tonally, I think that should be a little bit darker. And I think I've forgotten to paint his eye, the other side. Let's push those darks. Try and make it look really three-dimensional. In there. Doing some repairs here because something's not quite right with the shape there, but it's probably too late. Might help with a bit of depth if I go slightly darker under there, create a bit of a shadow. But I can see when I'm painting the little gaps between the legs here where the drawing is off. It's not bad, it's close, but